Good afternoon, and thank you guys for being here. We're getting ready to start the 2019 season, and we're looking forward to that. Opening up in Gulf Shores this coming weekend, so that's something that we're all excited about. We returned everyone that played last year except one that was that graduated, so we've got the majority of our team back. Plus, we've added 5 freshmen and 1 transfer senior. In our classes, we have 5 seniors, 5 juniors, 4 sophomores, and 5 freshmen. So we have 19 players, 1 manager, and 2 coaches. Kayla Bixel and Jessica Twaddle are my 2 assistants. And we're looking forward to being more competitive this season. Next, I'd like to take you through the team, just try to introduce you to who the players are. I'm going to start with outfield. Returner is Kelsey McGuffin. She's a senior. She's been here for 4 years. She has the strongest arm on the team. She's a vocal leader for sure for us. She's an exciting player to come out and watch. A lot of experience, a lot of time spent with me, so we're looking for her to do big things offensively and defensively. Next is Jordan Vorbrink. She's been here for, this is year 2. She's one of our 5 lefties. That was an important thing for us this season, is to add some more lefties to the lineup, so she's one of the ones that are returning. Jordan Vorbrink's a pick-me-up type of player. All of us coaches always talk about how it's fun to coach her at practice because she gives compliments to her teammates. She always says hello, so she can be a big force for us to help build team chemistry as well as make people better around her. Next is Shannon Pleasy. She's also left-handed. She will be an outfielder. Recruited Shannon before she went to South Carolina, and then she transferred from JUCO to South Carolina, and then South Carolina to Tennessee, and Tennessee to us. So she's been around the bend a little bit. She is a funny human being. She's not only a great athlete, she's also fun to be around. So enjoy that with Shannon. But Shannon is a triple threat at the plate, has a strong arm, and has tons of confidence. So I think that will help our team, especially the 5 freshmen coming in. Next is Taylor Davis. Davis is a player I could talk about for a long time. She is a special athlete that every day comes to work. She is one that has overcome different obstacles in her life. That makes her a very, very special player. She's fast, she is from the left side, and she just goes to work every single day. That's all the outfielders. Moving on to infield is Becca Engelhardt, will be the 3rd baseman. She's also been here for 4 years. Of all the players I've coached, she's probably one of the ones that has the most growth as a person and as a player as far as confidence is concerned. She has a strong arm. She's a triple threat at the plate, even though she's a right-handed batter. She is stepping up into the leadership role, and those are nice things to watch as a coach and to work with both offensively and defensively. Next, another veteran of the infield is Morgan McElroy. She's been at second base for most of her career. Now, as a junior, she's going to move to shortstop. That was a position that graduated for us with Brittany Vaughn. But this is Morgan's natural position. So recruiting Morgan, she was a shortstop for her summer ball team as well as for her high school team. So she's an even kill type of player that is always steady. She's also one that has had great success in the past about being clutch and having very clutch at bats. So we're looking forward to her doing big things as well. Next is Maddie Bold. She's one of the 4 freshmen from last year to earn all-conference for the freshman team in Conference USA. She's another lefty for us that possesses speed and power. She's not a very loud player as far as vocal is concerned, but she's pretty loud with her play. And so we're looking forward to having her back into her sophomore year. Next is a freshman, Jordan Ridge, so she's new. Jordan Ridge is one of the toughest players I've ever recruited and coached. The kid gets hit at practice, and she never flinches. So that's fun as a coach to see her do things like that at practice. She's kind of been thrown into a role of second base, shortstop, third base. She actually did a little bullpen catching this morning, so that was fun. She's just a hard-nosed kid that brings a big right-handed bat to the plate. Last of the infielders is Macy Murphy. She's a first baseman. She is a power hitter. Macy is very detailed and very serious in what she does. Every day she comes to work and tries to get better at what she's doing, and she has seen great growth in her game from when she got here in the fall until now. So it's exciting to see. Moving on to the DPs and utilities, we have quite a few of these. First is Paige Carter. Last year she led the team in hitting, overall batting average. She is a fierce batter at the plate. Has a great swing, really works on hitting the ball at practice, continues to get better throughout her career. She'll be a junior now. She also will catch a little bit, play second, and play outfield. Next is Haley Towers. She's a right-handed pitcher for us that is a true athlete. She can play second, she can play outfield, and she also can pitch. Haley's had a really good fall, and we look forward to seeing what she's going to do in the circle and also in other roles that she has to be placed in. Last of the DP utilities is one I didn't think would be a utility, but she's going to be this year, is Jordan Thomas. She was all-region for us last year as a freshman. It's the first one in program history to get all-region as a freshman, which is a pretty big honor for her. She had leadoff all year. She is very disciplined, is what I would talk about Jordan Thomas. And she knows what she wants, and she tries to go get it. She's a left-handed batter as well, so she'll spend a little time at second base as well as outfield. Look forward to seeing what she does this season. Moving on to the catchers, Kendall Smith caught most of the games last year. Probably has the strongest arm in Conference USA behind the plate. She can really sling the ball from behind the plate. I feel like she got a lot of experience as a freshman. She was on the all-tournament team for Conference USA. At the tournament, had a really good going out, and we're looking forward to her building on that. And she also is a person that can put it in the parking structure pretty easily. The other catcher is Tommy Sowers. She's a junior catcher who has had some pretty big clutch at bats for us, which are huge roles for our team. She's not only a hard worker, but she's also fun to be around. She has a good, bubbly personality. I think she does the best job receiving all of our drop ball pitchers. I'll go into pitching next. I think she's really put a lot of time and effort into becoming a better catcher, as well as working on her hitting. Moving on to the pitchers, we have 5 of them. I mentioned Haley Towers, but I think Haley will have dual roles this year. We'll start off with our senior, and that's Cassidy Blackford. She's a right-handed pitcher, throws the ball down. She's just a hard worker. Uses her changeup when she needs to use it. She's athletic. She also will run bases for us, which is not something you always see with pitchers. But she is one teammate described her as, if you want to see the ideal teammate, look at Cassidy Blackford. So I thought that was a pretty huge compliment coming from one of her fellow teammates. Next is Kelsey Ike. Ike is one of the few people that got Conference USA Pitcher of the Week awards for us the past couple of years. The majority of her time was spent in relief her sophomore and freshman seasons. She is explosive, exciting, all of those things coming off the mound. I think she has grown and developed into a complete pitcher, and we'll see even more time as a starting pitcher versus more time in relief. Next is Shelby Nunn. She's a right-handed pitcher who throws the ball hard, changes speed, is completely consistent and completely steady in the circle. And she also is kind of funny as well. So we're looking forward to Nunn doing some big things in the circle. Last but not least of our pitchers is Kennedy Sullivan. She's a freshman. She is a hitter, a pitcher, an outfielder. She also can do multiple things besides just pitch, but her main job this season will be to pitch and to hit. She is a power hitter who has the ability to be a strikeout pitcher throughout her entire career. And then the last player that I haven't mentioned is Sydney Solomon. She's a catcher, but she tore her meniscus. She'll still be a very vital part of our team, even though this season she will be redshirting. And that wraps up everyone that's on our team. That's 19 of us going into 2019.
Questions for Coach?
I would say focusing on the process of getting better at softball every day and being a great teammate and becoming a great leader. One of the goals for me as a coach that I really look forward to in working with young ladies is, when you leave here, are you going to go out and be a leader when you graduate from Western Kentucky?
First of all, Coach, thank you for the run-through and all the players. That is a huge help. Thank you. I'm specifically asking about these weekend games at Gulf Shores. I know you always coach to win. You play to win, you coach to win. But those games, are you looking at maybe something differently from your players than perhaps what you're looking at during a game in mid-March or late March? I don't know if that question makes sense or not.
No, absolutely. I think the opening weekend for us is we're kind of get a gauge on who's ready and who's not. As far as if we want to try out a few things, as coaching staff, we discuss where we think people are from the beginning, and sometimes it's not like that towards the end. Our expectations are to get better at softball that weekend, and obviously, yes, winning ball games is fantastic, but where are we trying to go? We're trying to get to the conference tournament and then win the conference tournament. So in order to do that, we have to focus on all the little things in between. And so if we get better at softball and we lose a ball game, then we lose a ball game. If we're trying something out to get better in April, then we need to do it right now. And so I would say there's a couple of roles that we're not sure where they'll go. So I think it's a time to test out your expectations and say, okay, are you where I need you to be, or where do we need to put more time and effort into our practice planning and not just, we hope this happens.
Is there any one newcomer on this team you see coming in and immediately making an impact?
I think there's several people that could come in and make an immediate impact. Obviously, from the fall, Kennedy Sullivan had a great fall, but fall and spring are different. So I think she has the ability to step up in big moments, and she has since she's been here. I think she'll have a huge role for us in the circle. And that's why she was recruited, to come in here and do what she does every day. And also, I think the transfer in Shannon Pleasy will bring tons of confidence to our team. She's a great left-handed stick that is fast. I think both of those players have the ability to do those things. But as far as knowing who's going to do it, I don't know. We'll see.
Amy, just your gut feeling about this team. When you're talking with Kayla and Jessica and your whole softball staff and family, behind closed doors, what do you like about coaching this group of players the most? Just your gut feeling. I can tell in the tone of your voice you like this team.
Oh yeah, I do. I like this team. I like the team because of who's on the team, and that goes throughout from our manager to assistants to everyone that's involved. It really, no one's perfect. You obviously go through ups and downs throughout the fall and into season, but they're a good group of young ladies that have really accepted challenges this fall, and I enjoy seeing them. And I know that sounds crazy, but I do think that you are a better athlete if you enjoy coming to work every day. And I think you're a better coach if you enjoy coming to work every day. And if I could be around any of them. And I think that is something that is special, and it's exciting at the same time because I feel like I can challenge them and love them all together. And I would say all of us on the coaching staff really care about them as people first and then as athletes second. But they kind of feel like your own kids. And so that's exciting for this year, and I'm looking forward to working with them.
I have to ask because they were such highly acclaimed high school players in this area, but everybody I run into, and when I run into Kendall Smith and Shelby Dunn, there's just a good feeling. I sense that they were great in high school, but they've really made progress here. And in the off-season conditioning, do you feel that way, Amy, that we're going to see, health permitting, we're going to see good things from them?
Absolutely. I think both of them have a huge upside. Obviously, they're local, and I want them to do well. They have a big hometown crowd, but they also can be challenged. I would say to anyone, I'm probably the hardest on Kendall Smith, and it kind of comes with the territory. I think being a catcher and now being a head coach and coaching this catcher that has tons of potential, and so it's our job as a coaching staff to get the best out of our athletes, and she's accepted the challenge. And so is Shelby, although you're not as hard on pitchers as catchers. They're both hard workers. They both want it. They're fun to be around. They both kind of argue. They were rivals in high school. So we always joke BG against BG at practice, and so that's always fun. But yeah, my expectations for them are very high.
Coach, how much does it help bringing back so many players from last year, including all of the pitchers?
Yeah, I think it's huge. You know, everybody kind of knows what to expect. You know, a lot of times young athletes don't know what to expect. And girls want to know what's going on. And yes, we want to win softball games, but they want to know what's expected of them. And I think the returners have done a nice job saying, hey, so I don't have to go through every single step of what to do prior to the game. The returners have done a really nice job of doing that. And also pitching-wise, they kind of know what it feels like to be in big games. Some of those girls were in very big games in the circle last year that we can build on. And that experience is huge for a pitcher. So I think they'll help Sullivan come along. You know, Sullivan is very talented, but she also hasn't had in-game experience yet. So I think the girls that have, it will definitely help them all throughout the entire season. And having 5 is huge for us, so our arms stay fresh.
Amy, let me word this careful. Go ahead, sir. I didn't hear you up there. Go ahead.
Okay. Going from just having one senior last year to for this season, how have you seen the dynamic kind of change on this and the leadership?
I think it's more dispersed. I think that everyone has different leadership roles coming from a freshman to a senior. You know, for me, it's not, doesn't matter if you're a freshman, you're a senior, every voice needs to be heard and all the players need to be on the same level. That is something we've tried to incorporate. I even had a former player come back and talk to the team about, hey, all of us are equal. That is something we're trying to stress, so it's not like, hey, I'm a senior, this is what I do. We're all the same. We all wear the same uniform, and we all need to be on the same page. But yeah, I think that has changed a little bit, but we're just going after it this year.
I want to word this carefully. I'm not asking you to predict we're going to win 50 games or anything like that. But
That would be awesome.
Absolutely. But I can tell, if things unfold, again, you stay healthy, gut feeling, can this team be good? Do you like your team's potential?
I love my team's potential. I think that we have the right mindset, we have the right attitude. Now it's our jobs as coaches to keep that attitude the same no matter what, and as leaders, no matter if someone else doesn't think we can win, we always think we can win. And I do think you follow the leader no matter what you're in, what job, what you're doing. And so that's our jobs as coaches, to always be the person that's saying, you got this, we're there for you. We got to stay on the same mission, because every year, I'm sure every team in Conference USA, their goal is to win Conference USA to go to the tournament. And that is our ultimate goal. But that's something that we put on the back burner because we want to get better at softball. We also want to get better at being a great teammate. I think when you're a great teammate, you get the best out of people, and we need to be great coaches as well. So there's a big challenge on our end to be the best coaches that we can be, have good game plans, put our A game forward, because I think your team will follow. But yes, our expectations are definitely raised this season.
Anything else for Coach?
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.